Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered what really happens in the world we can't see? Beyond the stars, beyond time itself, there's a realm where light never fades. A place where angels move like fire, and every breath of wind carries a song of heaven. And there, among them, stands one name that echoes through eternity: Michael. The Archangel, the defender of heaven, the one whose name means "who is like God." Michael isn't just a warrior. He's a guardian. He's a leader. He's the one who stands when all others fall silent. The one who fights not for pride, but for truth. Before creation began, before the first sunrise, heaven was perfect. There was peace, beauty, and music that never ended. Every angel had a place and a purpose. But then something changed. Among the angels was one named Lucifer, once radiant, once full of light. But his heart grew proud. He looked upon the throne of God and said in his heart, "I will rise above it." He wanted to be worshipped, not to worship. And with that one thought, darkness entered heaven. Lucifer began to deceive. He whispered lies. He turned other angels away from the truth. And rebellion was born. Heaven, the place of peace, felt the tremble of war for the first time. And then God's voice broke through the silence. "Who will stand for me?" And Michael answered. He didn't hesitate. He didn't question. He stood. Not out of pride, not for power, but for loyalty to the Creator. Light surrounded him. His armor blazed like the sun. In his hand appeared a sword, not of steel, but of living fire. And with a host of angels behind him, he faced the rebellion. The Bible says in Revelation 12, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon." It was no ordinary battle. It was the clash of light and darkness. The heavens shook. The stars seemed to hold their breath. Thunder rolled through eternity. Lucifer, full of fury, fought with every ounce of pride he had. But pride cannot stand against truth. Michael raised his sword high and declared with power, "Who is like God?" And with that cry, the war was over. Lucifer fell. The deceiver was cast down to the earth. The gates of heaven closed behind him, and peace returned to the skies once more. But Michael's story didn't end there, because evil didn't stop at the edge of heaven. It came here to the world we live in. From that moment, Michael became more than heaven's warrior. He became the protector of God's people, the unseen guardian who stands between darkness and light. In the book of Daniel, Michael appears again. Daniel was praying and fasting for answers, and for 21 days, his prayer was delayed by dark forces. But then came Michael, the Prince of Heaven, breaking through the unseen war so that Daniel's message could reach him. That's who Michael is. He fights for what we can't see. He stands for what we can't fight. He moves in the silence, protecting those who belong to God. And there's another story, one that shows his heart even more clearly. In the book of Jude, when Satan argued over the body of Moses, Michael didn't shout or insult him. He didn't use pride or anger. He simply said, "The Lord rebuke you." Even in battle, Michael stayed humble. He knew that victory belongs to God alone. That's true strength, power under obedience. Michael's sword shines not because it burns, but because it reflects God's justice. Every strike, every move, every command, all of it points back to the Creator. He doesn't fight for glory. He fights because it's right. And maybe there have been moments in your life when you felt protected and didn't even know why. Moments when danger passed you by. When you found strength to keep going even though you felt weak. Maybe, just maybe, heaven sent help. Maybe an angel or even Michael himself stood near. The Bible tells us that Michael will stand again in the final days. In Daniel 12:1 it says, "At that time Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise." There will be a time of trouble such as never was before, when the world reaches its darkest hour. When chaos covers the nations, Michael will rise once more. He will lead the armies of heaven into the final war. The sky will open, the trumpet will sound, and the King of Kings, Jesus, will ride out in glory. And behind him, a host of angels shining brighter than 1,000 suns. And leading them, Michael, the warrior of God. The same cry that once echoed in heaven will sound again. Who is like God? And evil will fall forever. The battle will end. The victory will be complete. But Michael's name isn't just a name. It's a message. It reminds us that no one compares to God. No power, no kingdom, no angel, no darkness. Nothing can stand equal to the Creator. Michael teaches us that true victory doesn't come from pride. It comes from obedience, from trust, from standing firm when the world around you trembles. He's not a legend. He's not a myth. He's real, a guardian who still watches, still protects, still fights for those who follow truth. Even now, he stands watch over nations, over families, over those who call on the name of God. He is heaven's flame, loyal, radiant, and fearless. And one day, when all evil is gone, when darkness is no more, Michael will finally rest. He will lower his sword, not in defeat, but in peace. Because the war will be over. The light of God will fill every corner of creation. And there will be no more fear, no more pain, no more tears. Until that day comes, Michael stands strong, humble, faithful. A warrior of light, a servant of truth, a reminder that no matter how dark things seem, God is still in control. So when you hear his name, remember what it means. Who is like God? The answer will always be the same. No one. And that truth will stand forever.